I've started running barefoot recently, just a little bit. So I added 10 minutes to a session on Tuesday, 10 minutes to a session on Thursday, just to try and strengthen up my feet and my calves, because unfortunately my shin splints flared up again about 2 weeks ago. So just before I posted that video, actually, I had taken the video 2 weeks prior, and I thought I was going to get a clean run at training for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. But life had other plans, and c'est la vie. I've had to kind of adjust a little bit and do more cross training. So a little bit of time on the bike, going out on the bike again just now for a couple of hours, a little bit on the elliptical, and then trying to reintroduce a little bit of running, mostly on the grass and mostly easy, to try and let the shins settle. So it's a little bit frustrating because I was planning on racing a 5K over Christmas. Again, was hoping that I could maybe get close to around 15 minutes or lower for that. But this is just kind of part and parcel, of being 28 and not having ran for my whole life. I'm just going to pick up these small injuries and just have to kind of deal with them and try and bat them away and keep moving as I go. I had been working with a really great strength and conditioning coach for the last couple of months, for roughly 6 months really, and that seemed to help me get a lot better, I guess, for avoiding these injuries and being able to ramp up the volume. But for one reason or another, 2-3 weeks ago, I ended up kind of flaring up the shins again. It might have been a new pair of runners that I got, so I got the New Balance 1080s. They maybe are just a little bit too soft for me, and I just seem to overpronate on them quite a bit. I kind of swapped them out, went back to the runners I was using, which are a pair of Nike Pegasus 4 Gore-Tex trail runners, and then a couple of other like Boston 12s. By moving back over to the runners I was used to, going onto the grass and then adding in some barefoot running, I seem to have been able to settle the shins. So hopefully now I'll be able to get a clean run for the next couple of weeks and race the Raheny 5 mile, which is on the 26th of January. Actually, I took the barefoot running from this book, Strength and Conditioning for Endurance Runners. It's really, really good. You can kind of structure a really great strength conditioning plan off the back of this book if you're not working with kind of a professional who can guide you through it. They suggest kind of adding in just a really, really small amount of barefoot running at the start, because you do kind of change your gait, change kind of the muscles that you use and all the different intricate structures within your ankles and your toes and your feet. Introduce it slowly, I'd say, would be the recommendation. I certainly felt it after the first 2 runs, so that kind of 20 minutes this week of barefoot running. I could feel my calves were a little bit tighter, my feet were kind of working a little bit more, but it also helped with my shins. So I think there could be something there. One of my close friends, Connor, he always running barefoot for years now. I've kind of taken a leaf out of his book / that strength and conditioning book. There are the Tarahumara people, or the Raramuri people in Mexico. If you haven't read Born to Run, fantastic book, would definitely recommend it. Those ultra runners, they just run all over the trails barefoot all the time and never seem to get injured. So definitely have a read of that if you're interested. But that's me at the moment. So Christmas week, just cracking on with training, doing as much running as I can, not pushing it too much. Hopefully in the next week I can kind of pick it up again and add a little bit of intensity into my training. But yeah, week 2 of the videos. Thanks for everyone kind of giving me some nice well wishes in the comments in the last one. Really appreciate it. Gonna keep just trying to plug away, and hopefully in the next kind of couple of weeks I'll be able to share some race results, some race footage, because I think that's always the really interesting stuff. So thanks again for watching. All the best. Happy New Year.